Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and we've got to talk about the earnings that just came out. We've got major news coming out of the housing market, and we've got to talk about what President Biden just did that could affect you personally. So let's get into it! Kicking things off with earnings that were reported Wednesday after the close, Snowflake beat on their second quarter revenue guidance. However, they did have a decrease in their earnings per share. Regardless, the revenue beat alone was enough to send the stock up over 16% after hours, and that was after it was already up 4% on the day. Combined, Snowflake up over 20% on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Salesforce beat on Q2 earnings. However, they did lower their full-year expectations. Salesforce had earnings per share of $1.19 versus $1.02 expected, and $7.72 billion in revenue versus $7.69 billion expected. But with guidance being moved down due to a strong dollar and worsening exchange rates, Salesforce was down 6% after hours. Now, the big one that everybody was watching out for was NVIDIA. NVIDIA came in line with earnings expectations. Now, the one thing I will say is that NVIDIA did do a revenue warning a few weeks ago, and what that did is it lowered the earnings expectations for NVIDIA quite significantly. The original earnings expectations for NVIDIA were for $1.26 per share. However, after the earnings warning, that was revised down to 50 cents per share, and NVIDIA came in at 51 cents per share, right in line with expectations. On the revenue side, NVIDIA was originally expected to earn $8.1 billion for the quarter. However, after their revenue warning, that was revised down to $6.7 billion in revenue. And again, NVIDIA came right in line with revenue expectations. NVIDIA said market conditions are challenging, especially in the gaming department, and the stock was down about 3% after hours. Looking forward to the earnings that are coming out on Thursday. Before the open, we've got Peloton, Dollar Tree, and Dollar General. And then after the close, we've got Affirm, Marvell, Ulta, and Dell. So a major earnings day on Thursday. Now moving on to our market news, Tesla's stock split occurs tonight. Starting on Thursday, Tesla will start trading at around $300 per share. However, there will be 3 times as many shares. While this has absolutely zero effect on the actual valuation for Tesla, this does have a psychological effect. Normally, when a stock split is about to occur, we will see the stock rise in price going into the split, and then it will fall after the split. Now, it remains to be seen whether or not that will actually happen with Tesla. Tesla did not rise as much as it normally would have because Elon Musk kept selling shares in order to fund the purchase of Twitter. So Tesla's rise was a little bit more muted than it normally would have been, which means the drop after the split starting on Thursday might be a little bit more muted than normal as well. And Apple sent out invites for its September 7th launch event where a new iPhone 14 is expected. Apple was pretty much flat on the day, not a big catalyst for Apple. However, normally what will happen is we will see the Apple stock either rise a day or two before the event and then sell off on the day of the event, or we will see Apple start to drop going into the event and then rise on the day of the event. Either way, the event on the day of typically tends to be a time where Apple will reverse course, meaning if it had been going down, it'll start going up, or if it had been going up, it'll start going down. So watch out for that on September 7th. And Peloton struck a deal to sell its fitness equipment and apparel on Amazon. Now, this might increase Peloton sales. It might not. Personally, I don't think it's going to be good for earnings because even if Peloton's revenue does increase, the problem is Amazon charges such a high fee that it may actually decrease Peloton's earnings even if it increases their revenue. The only way that Peloton would be able to make up for this is if they had a really good subscription model on the equipment that they sell. But overall, I don't think this is going to be good for Peloton earnings, but it will significantly increase Peloton's revenue. And that is why we saw the stock up over 20% on one day. Now moving on to the news that could affect you personally, President Biden canceled $10,000 in federal student loan debt for everybody who is earning less than $125,000 per person or less than $250,000 as a couple. And if you happen to be a recipient of a Pell Grant, you get another $10,000 in student loan debt canceled for a total of $20,000. About 45% of borrowers, or almost 20 million people, actually owe less than $10,000 right now, which means their debt would be fully canceled. Now, I do want to let you know that this student loan forgiveness is not automatic. You actually have to go and claim this. Now, the Department of Education says it's going to launch an application in which you can input your income data and request loan forgiveness. That will be launched by the end of this year, so watch out for that. Keep in mind, you do have to claim it in order to get the actual loan forgiveness. Now, I should also note that you do not have to pay taxes on this forgiveness. You will not trigger an actual increase in taxes, although there is a question about how this is going to be paid for, and there is a concern that this could cause an increase in taxes by about $2,000 per American. I also want to let you know that student loan payments are going to restart in December of this year, right after the elections. And if you're wondering how this might affect a stock like SoFi, SoFi was up about 5% today on this news, expecting an increase in refinances on those student loan debts. Now, there are two things to keep in mind, though, in which this might not be as good for SoFi if this had occurred, say, a year ago. The first thing to keep in mind is that interest rates are now significantly higher than where they were a year ago. So there won't be as many people refinancing as you might think. The other thing to keep in mind is that because about 40% of borrowers are having their student loan debt completely canceled, there will be a lot less people who would actually refinance with SoFi. So not the best case scenario for SoFi, but could still be a boost starting in 2023 once those student loan payments restart. And now moving on to the major news coming out of the housing market. Home prices fell for the first time in 3 years in July, and it was the biggest decline since 2011. The largest decline in 11 years. It was also the second worst July, just behind July 2010 during the Great Recession. Housing affordability is at its lowest level in 30 years. It now requires 32.7% of the median household income to purchase the average home. That is about 13 percentage points more than it did entering the pandemic, and significantly more than both the years before and after the Great Recession in 2008. Keep in mind that the 25-year average is 23.5% of the average median household income. Now, I hate to compare the housing market right now to 2008, but that's just the reality of it. Home prices are coming down as fast as they were in 2008, and home affordability is significantly worse than it was in 2008. We only have data going back about 30 years, so homes are the most unaffordable in recorded history. I know that sounds really big, doom and gloom. I just reporting the news here. Facts are facts. We'll just have to do with it what we do. Keep in mind that even during the Great Recession, that even as housing prices came down, it took a couple of years for that to really affect the stock market. So this is more long-term news, but certainly something to keep in mind that this could cause significant downward pressure on the stock market going into 2023 and 2024. Now, if you want to know everything that I'm buying through this, I have a couple of put options right now on a few different stocks. I'm up over 100% on some of those put options. We also have some traders and coaches in our VIP Discord who continue to do day trades, and they are making significant gains on those day trades as well. If you want to know everything we're buying and selling, if you want to know how to trade options so that you can make money even as the market goes down, if you want to know how to do technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and all of this stuff, I want to let you know that we have all that training as well as coaches available to help you learn in the VIP Discord. Now, I am closing the VIP Discord to new signups at the end of this month. So you only have a few days left to sign up. And right now, if you sign up, you're going to get locked in at just $25 per month. If you wait until signups reopen sometime at the end of September or beginning of October, the prices are going to go up significantly, but more importantly, you will have to apply to get in. After this month is out, I will only be accepting new signups on an application basis only because I do want to make sure that we get the right people into the VIP Discord. For now, though, anybody can sign up for just $25 a month. If you're interested in that and you want to get in before we close the Discord to new signups, you can sign up at stockcurry.vip/getvip. Again, that's stockcurry.vip/getvip. You'll have a few days left before we do close signups. And the other thing that you only have a few days left for is to sign up for Webull and Moomoo and get up to 25 free stocks. Both of those offers end at the end of this month. So again, only a few days left to sign up and fund your accounts. Keep in mind that your account does need to be funded by the end of this month, not just opened. If you already opened an account and you haven't yet funded it, now is the time to fund it. If you want to get Moomoo, you get up to 13 free stocks with Moomoo. You'll get 9 free stocks for opening an account and depositing $100 or more. You'll get 13 free stocks for opening an account and depositing $2,000 for more. And you can sign up for that at stockcurry.vip/Moomoo. And then on the Webull side, if you open an account and deposit at least $100, you will get up to 12 free stocks. A little bit more of a lottery system on Webull. You'll get anywhere from 6 free stocks at a minimum up to 12 free stocks at a maximum. If you're interested in that, you can sign up at stockcurry.vip/Webull. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, click the bell icon and click all so that you can get notified when I release my next video. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.